So I kind of wanted to focus this channel on my 2013 Mini Cooper S, on my car, do a 1-year update of ownership. So I have owned this car for just over a year. It's been about, I would say, a year and 2 months, because I got it in November of 2016. And it is a little late in the day, so apologize for the darkness, but it should be okay. And I am using my Note 8 to record, so it's not like a super fancy camera or anything. And also, apologies for my voice. I'm getting over a sinus infection, so my voice is a little icky. But anyway, this is my 2013 Mini Cooper S that I've had for just over a year. And any problems? No. It still runs perfect. I would say first 5-6 months of, first 7 months of ownership, I did drive it a lot. It is my daily driver, and I do drive it a lot, even though I work from home currently. Though it does spend a lot of time sitting because, like I said, I work from home, so I don't really have too much reason to go out. And most of my friends, they work, crazy hours, so it's hard to find time to get out in the first place. But when I used to work at Micro Center, which is a computer parts store, it was a 25-mile commute there and then 25 miles back. All on the highway. There was no back roads at all. All highway driving, all 70-mile-an-hour driving. And so it was 50 miles a day, and I did work quite a lot of hours there, especially during the holidays. So yeah, it did a lot of driving back in the day, and it's still running perfectly fine. A lot of people have problems with these, and I just don't understand why, because I had a 2007 Mini Cooper hardtop base, and that never had any problems either. The only problem I had with that occurred by itself, not because of me, was the blower motor going out at 106,000 miles. That was the thing that distributes the air conditioning and the heating. And got it fixed pretty quick. It was expensive, but I did get it fixed. And then, of course, I don't have it anymore. And so I got this. So, like I said, I got it when it had 49,000 miles, and it's got 64,458, something like that. And so I'll go ahead and unlock it. I got this neat little key fob here. Got the Union Jack, and you can just do that and pull it out to turn on the vehicle. And I guess I'll go ahead and go over the latest things that's happened to this. So there was an instance a few months ago where I was driving down the highway, and I got a rock chip in my windshield, and it was pretty bad, and it was so bad to the point they had to replace the entire thing. So now I've got an aftermarket windshield here, and it works pretty good. It looks decent. It's not as perfect as I want it to be. Like, for example, the seal up here is a bit not a huge deal though. Go around it. Seal down here isn't all that great either, but not too big of a deal. And this is the part that bothers me the most, is you can kind of see the panel gap there, which you weren't able to see before, which is kind of annoying, but I've gotten over it at this point. But overall, it was a decent job. The first time they did it, they screwed everything up. They broke the A-pillar on this, actually, on the other side. They broke that, and they also covered the VIN number with glue. So that was great. And so they came back out, and they did it for free. All I had to spend was $50 for the whole thing, and so just one time, so that was not bad. It was filed through insurance, obviously. And I did manage to get LED fog lights and parking lights, both fully functional, and no error codes whatsoever. I've also got them in the license plate, and I'll go ahead and turn the car on so you can see those, which those took me forever to figure out. I did have to get load resistors for the fog lights, but the parking lights and license plate lights weren't a huge deal. It is so cold. So I was just driving it, so it starts up perfectly. And that little warning there is just saying that it's below freezing, so just be careful. So you got my heated seats on. I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my windshield, whatever. And another new update for this is I got an armrest for it, which is really neat because it can go back and forth, and it's got a little compartment back here as well with a cup holder that you can slide in and out, and it keeps the cup holder back there as well, so that's fantastic. That was one of my favorite things that I got for this car, because I've been driving for 3 years now, and 2 different Minis, and none of them had armrests until now. So go ahead and fold out the mirrors real quick. Gotta love the power folding mirrors. I also got this Feel Coffee sticker. That's a Cars and Coffee place up in Cincinnati, right outside the city. Actually, let me turn on the fog lights real quick. I forgot to do that. Go ahead and switch them on down here. And up here I do have Sylvania. They're not ZXEs, but they are the ones just the ones below it. The reason I got these instead, I used to have the ZXEs, but the reason why I have these now is because they're brighter and they're only just barely more yellow. You know what I mean? So they're a lot brighter, they're a lot safer, and I just prefer that over the ZXEs because I just felt like they weren't doing the job good enough. Plus, you mix those with these, and it gives you that awesome white light effect. Plus the reflection on the signs and all that, and the reflection on, you know, deer eyes, for example. It's just great. And down here, I do have Firestone Firehawk tires. And I got these because my General G-Maxes got punctured by a giant screw. I forget which one. I think it was the back one right here. And the tires were just barely worn for me to have to get new ones, so I just got these ones. These were, this place was doing these for super cheap. And I've read reviews on these on like twin turbo BMWs, and they all love them. And I do like them. They actually really are nice. They're all a lot safer on the road than my General G-Maxes were, like in the rain and the snow, so that's a plus. And they're pretty much just as grippy as well in summer, so I wouldn't say just as much, but just barely less, so I like them overall. Of course, back here you got your LED taillights, which are fantastic. This is the 2013 model, so it is post-refresh. And I got my fully functioning LED, what do you call them? License plate lights. And those are super bright. I've had those forever and they work perfect. Got that dual tip exhaust that pops when you put it in sport mode, which is awesome. Up there I got a carbon fiber stub antenna, I guess you could call it. And right now the car is filthy, but that's because I daily drive it. And it has been snowing like every single day. There's just salt everywhere. One complaint I do have about these cars is these things that kind of hide all the crap behind the wheel. These little cloth things here, like they're nice, but they don't hold up very well. Like this one popped out, as you can see. And I'm pretty sure the one popped out over here too, on the front. Like down there, sometimes it'll pop out, but I think I got it to stay in there pretty good. But that is the one complaint I have about this car, because that's kind of annoying, because my last Mini had the same problem, and if you notice, there are little marker lights on each side, and of course, the one over here is broken, because when that popped out, it hit the light housing right there, and it broke the cord for it, so I'm going to have to, I think it broke the cord, I'm not really sure. I tried to plug it back in, and it didn't work. So I'm going to have to figure that out later at some point. And it doesn't give any error codes, so that's really nice. Gonna show you what's in my trunk. I got a bunch of garbage in here. Got my old LED fog lights that I can never get to work. I used these, what do you call them? These LED warning cancelers. They don't work, but what you want is you want load resistors, not those, not decoders. You want resistors. And these just weren't that bright. I mean, they were just for looks. See, I only got one LED chip. If it could focus, there we go. So you only got one LED chip on each side. The ones I have now have 3, and these only have 2 in the projector housing, and the ones I have 4. So the ones I have now are useful. And I also got an LED up in here for the trunk, so that lights up pretty much the entire thing, which is really nice. Got my jumbo golf umbrella, some cleaning stuff, which I would not recommend Armor All for this car because I've tried it and it just leaves streaks everywhere. It just does not work very well on the material in this car. Got an Arctic Guard windshield cover just in case, some jumper cables because of course, and I got this little emergency roadside kit. This car does have the full warranty that lasts for 100,000 miles, so that's there just in case. And here are my old fog light bulbs. I did have Sylvania fog light bulbs. They were decent. Just did not give off the effect that I wanted to have. Also, apologize for the shaky camera. It's so cold out here. Let's get back inside before I freeze. There we go. That's better. And as you can see, the windows do work properly, even though they did just replace the windshield. This one, the passenger window, did have problems. It refused to roll up, but all I did was do a, what do you call it, a calibration where you hold the window switch down for 14 seconds or 12 seconds or whatever, and it recalibrates itself to work with whatever changes have been made to it. Oh yeah, I also wanted to add, I will be uploading another video of me driving this thing, except I'll have the GoPro mounted to the headrest, so that way you can get a mounted view of the dash and the scenery and all that, because I'm in kind of a scenic area right now. I'm in East Fork State Park. It's got a big dam. It's really nice. It's a good place to just cruise. And yeah, of course, down here I got my what is this? It's a Fujifilm X-T10. It's a fantastic camera. And I got my basic GoPro here, which does the job, and I like it. It's actually still on. Let me go ahead and turn that off. There we go. The only thing I complain about it is the fact that there's no actual screen on it, which is kind of ridiculous, but get what you paid for. And this thing, it still does a great job with recording. It's decent quality. It's not so bad. And of course, can't go wrong with your mini coffee cup, which I think there's actually still coffee in there. I need to finish that. So yeah, I believe that's it. Hope you liked. Hope you found this interesting. Hope this is something that you would like to keep an eye on, I guess, because I would like to be posting a lot of videos of this car. At least try to get back into this whole YouTube thing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So, yeah. See you later.